Going live. This hangout is on air. It says, "How do you do, Buckaroos? I'm Tom the Beer Whisperer, from the Beer Whisperer Pub, but I'm being joined from Big John Sherron from ZoneOne. John, say hi to anybody that might be watching us and tell us what you're drinking."
Hi, everybody. I'm drinking one from a newer brewery from Indiana. It's about 45 minutes north of Louisville. Man Brewing Company. It's in Bargersville, Indiana, and this is their Frozen Assets, which is a Belgian-style chocolate milk stout.
Yeah, oddly enough, I had that once. Your buddy Todd sent me one a while back. I thought that was a great beer.
Yeah, first time I've ever had this one. So I've had quite a few of their beers, but I've never had this one yet. So I was kind of excited to actually try this. So
yeah, I love the heck out of it, man. Let me know what you think.
Okay, we'll get a little here in a few minutes. So.
I'm actually drinking a Green Ghost from Springfield Brewing Company, one local to me. Green Ghost is an IPA, 6.5%. I believe it's 60 IBUs. Big punch of citrus, melon, and pine notes from Citra and Centennial hops. Yeah, it's a very interesting beer. I really enjoy it a lot.
This one comes in at 6.2% ABV and 41 IBU. So, but man, it's just got. I tell you what, it smells tremendous. Smells tremendous. So,
yeah, I thought that one. I just love the heck out of that one. Yeah.
Did you get it in a can or bottle?
It was a can. He sent me a can. It's a very complex milk stout because you've got the Belgian aspects to it. It's a very interesting beer, both aromatically and on the palate. It's just a very interesting beer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just hanging out this Sunday, actually. I'm not doing anything today. Oddly enough, I was watching a movie on TV, and as it ended, a baseball game started. And as I was getting ready to change the channel, it just came up that it was actually the Dodgers and the Cubs playing, and they're playing at Dodger Stadium. Now, you and I have talked to each other several times, so you know I grew up out there, and I'm a diehard Dodger fan, and I grew up going to Dodger Stadium. And it was interesting. Cal Ripken did a short interview with Vin Scully. This is Vin Scully's last season. He's retiring, so I just remember as a kid listening to Vin Scully. In my opinion, he's the best baseball announcer out there. He's one of the few guys capable of doing both play-by-play and color commentary. So I'm just leaving the game on in the background while we're chatting. It would be just like we were in a pub together.
Yeah. So, but I never did watch a lot of. I'm sitting here 4 laps going NASCAR. So.
Oh, you're right. So there you go. So we should see just like we're in a sports bar. There's two TVs playing something different.
But the complexity of this beer is just phenomenal, isn't it? All kinds of notes in this beer.
You want to tell me some of the aromas that you're getting from it to start with?
You definitely get the chocolate. Mm-hmm. You can definitely the malts in it, and the cocoa nibs is just. You're definitely a 6.2% beer. I don't think. It's just smooth. It's refreshing, and 42 IBUs.
If my memory is correct, I remember the aromas being a whole lot of dark chocolate.
And you are correct on that. Big dark chocolate. Big dark chocolate. But these beers here, keg with me. We've been to the keg. But these beers, about as soon as they hit, they're gone. They don't last long, and that's a lot for I consider 45 minutes away, but it's still a local brewery. So
now
they make some good ones.
What city is that in?
In Bargersville. It's right up the road, probably halfway between maybe Louisville and.
Oh, okay.
It's up around the club. Yeah.
So is it north of you then?
Yeah, north. It's north of Louisville. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. All right. So have you been to that brewery?
Yeah. No, I haven't. I know Todd's been to it, and I've drank a lot of I've drank probably almost every beer they've had from there, but I've never been there yet, and I'd like to go.
So other than having a beer and watching NASCAR, what are you doing on this Sunday?
I mowed the yard in about 95 degrees, and it was hot.
I know we both have to go to work tomorrow, so I know we're not drinking late, but I'm kind of an afternoon drinker anyway.
Yeah, and I know it was hot. I drank about a gallon of water. I don't have that big yard, but my God, it's so hot and sticky, and the humidity's so terrible.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. That's been the problem here this year. Just the humidity is so brutal, and so it's the same up in your neck of the woods as well. Huh?
Yeah, terrible hot. We got the Louisville Zoo, and they have an event every year called Brew at the Zoo. We went last night, and it was, I don't think, we've been for years since it really started, and we've missed maybe one or two. Such a terrible event. It was bad last year. It was worse this year.
Really?
It costs you, by the time you buy your ticket, you pay, the ticket master charges and all that silly crap you pay on. It was like $59.02 a ticket.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah.
Really expensive. And, but you got 20 drink tickets.
Oh,
for a 2 hour. And last year they give you a card that somebody could X out saying you've had a beer, or like a check mark for, and you could smudge them off, and keep going back through the lines. But this year they give you 20 tickets, and that's all they would let you do was 22-ounce pours. So I mean, you're paying. We paid $118 or something for.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I don't think I'd do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they give you they had a lot of free food, but I mean, the line was so deep, and the time 5:30 rolled around, we went to Omagam, and we got some of the last beers that they had. Their kegs was out. 30 minutes into the event, their kegs was out.
Oh, damn.
By 6 o'clock, probably, a lot of kegs were done. So, had their gumball head there, and it didn't last. It was gone quick.
That's a fine beer. I've had that one time. I really enjoyed that beer. Yeah. Everything Three Floyds does is pretty good, though.
It's pretty good. I mean, there's zombie dust. For some reason, you couldn't get zombie dust around here, and now all of a sudden, every other place in the world's got it on draft here.
Oh, really? Yeah. They must be making it more then. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know. They opened up a new craft in Clarksville, which is just hop, skip, and jump up the road, called Rails, and they had it on draft forever, and you could look in their cooler, and they just had like rows and rows and rows of zombie dust. And say, how you guys getting this when nobody else in the world can get it? But it's kind of funny, But it's crazy. It's a pretty good little place. They keep a lot of local beers on, a lot of Indiana beers. So.
Oh, that's good. I recently found a craft beer bar in Rogers, Arkansas, and the one thing I've mentioned about the place that I like, he only has about 18 taps, not a lot of taps, but it's all Arkansas craft. It's all local stuff. He has no craft on tap. He carries one cider tap at the moment, but that varies. The rest of it's just craft beer, but it's all Arkansas. So I recommend to people that happen to be traveling through that area, if you don't have a lot of time to hit all the breweries, go to Brick Street, because there you can try a sample of several Arkansas craft breweries in one spot. Yeah.
And that's what I would say about this place. Their food's phenomenal. And their beer choice is over the top. But and like what you said, if you wanted to sample a bunch of great Indiana beers, that would be the place to go to, because that's about all they have is Indiana beers.
Yeah, I love when places just carry the local stuff. There was a place in St. Louis when I was going to St. Louis all the time called Nick's Pub. Now, Nick's, I think, had 100 taps, but half of them were dedicated to Missouri craft breweries. So you could still get, you could get about 50 good craft beers. Now, they did have some of the usual suspects. Because it's in the St. Louis area, you could get some from the Evil Empire and various beers that they do. But they also had a whole lot of great craft beers out there.
really right now, and where I live, you've been to my house, and we went to New Albania and all that stuff like that, and but they've opened up so many breweries in New Albany right now that they've got a Donham Day, which is really putting out some great beers. They first come out, a little bit, and they've done a real good job. They've made some good barrel-aged beers, and they always sell their beers. And we got Floyd County Brewing now down on the river. It's just putting out some phenomenal beers. Getting a cidery here in New Albany, so it's all they're going to do. They're making their own ciders, so.
It's nice how you're getting a lot of variety. About 45 minutes from here is a small town called Buffalo, Missouri. We've got we've got a meaderies, Leaky Roof Meads. So it's nice that you were able to get different things now. I've noticed. I guess it's been happening all along, but I'm noticing it more often that you're seeing craft breweries specialize in a particular area. Up near Kansas City is a brewery called Crane Brewery, and they're specializing in sours.
Yeah,
that's all they're doing. They're doing Berliner Weiss, they're doing Gozes, they're doing more barrel-aged sours as well. But that's their niche.
Yeah, and I think you're seeing that down in Louisville right now with a couple breweries. That's done just specializing in a certain type of beer, and that's all they're doing. They're not really going out here and adding a bunch of crazy crap to these beers. They're specializing, and what they're making is just phenomenal sours and phenomenal beers.
Well, especially if you're doing sours, you really have to be careful. So I noticed, breweries that I'm friendly with, folks that I've talked to, that do other beers. When they do their sours in a completely different facility, so it doesn't infect their other beers. Yeah,
I think they've had some trouble. Some breweries here in Indiana has had trouble with that because they was producing their sours and with their other lines of beers, and it kind of spoiled some of their sours. And now they've just completely built breweries just to deal with their sour beers, so they don't get infected.
Yeah. They do take some work. I get that they're for me, a lot of things are a little pricey. Like I just saw, I think it was a Berliner Weiss from Prairie Artisan.
Yeah.
And most of their stuff's so pricey anyway, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was like $10.49 for a 4-pack. Now, I guess in the grand scheme of craft beer, that's not bad, but I just hate spending $10.50 for a 4-pack of 12-ounce bottles for a 3.9% beer. That just bothers me.
Yeah, but I think, to me, the price point of beers is almost way. To me, you look at what Lagunitas is doing and the quality of beers they're putting out for a third of the price of what everything else is for a bomber. If they can do that kind of work, and put out a $6 bomber, which is over the top, kind of makes me think, why can't everybody else do that?
Well, I think I agree with you. That's kind of the point is, so some of these places are, I think, intentionally jacking their prices way up because you have a certain faction of craft beer drinkers that want to pay more. They want to stand in line for 4 hours. They want to be able to brag that, hey, look what I got, rather than a brewery like Lagunitas that just makes solid beers all the time. It's no frills. They're just great stuff. They're not, counting on you to stand in line for 4 hours. They're just going to sell you a lot of. I just hate that mentality of folks that want to brag about, oh, look what I paid $20 for. Well, great. I just got a great beer, every bit as good as yours for 10. So
yeah. But there are so many beers right now in Indiana and so many places that sell these. They're comparable beers. They're inexpensive. And it's got to the point with me. I'm like what you said. I thought I used to have to pay all this money for these beers, but there's good beers just as comparable for a third of the price that what you're paying $20 a bottle for.
Yeah. Well, Sculpin, for instance, Ballast Point. They recently came to my neck of the woods, and I think they're all great beers. Everything I've had from Sculpin or everything I had from Ballast Point has been great. I think Sculpin is a great IPA. But it runs about $13 in my neck of the woods, and for some it's worth paying that. But for me, I paid $8 for this IPA. That's every bit as top quality as a Sculpin. Now you may say, well, I like the flavor of that beer. That's fine. But if we're talking just quality, this is just as good, and it cost me $5 less. I'm going to buy this every time.
Yeah. I think, see, you're getting it cheaper than what we are here in Indiana or in Louisville, because
really?
I think it runs about $15 a six pack, and I think they're good beers. And I paid $15 six pack for it once, just to try it when it's first hit Indiana or first hit Louisville. But I'm not going to pay for that. You know, there's too many better grapefruit beers out there.
Yeah, the grapefruit Sculpin runs 15. The regular Sculpin runs 13. But yeah, I agree. I mean, there's other choices, I guess, and I'm agreeing with your point. There's other choices out there. You don't necessarily have to pay a lot of money unless that's just something you want to do.
And to me, it's almost got to the point where, get online, see what's comparable to these high dollar beers, because there's a whole lot of lower budget beers that's just as good, if not better, than these beers that you're paying this.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, you do have to pay attention. I mean, I've talked about that before in videos with you. You have to pay attention. I look around. I see who's got what on sale or marked down. So yeah, I mean, I'm always looking around. You don't have to pay a whole bunch unless you just want to.
Yeah, but I mean, it's crazy how, if you're in an area and there's 5 package stores, and all 5 of them's got the same beer for like 5 different prices.
Yeah, you know what? That is interesting, because you know that they're all buying it for the same price. That's how it works. If you work for a brewery or if you work for a distributor, you're selling it to these retail outlets for the same money. So, but typically, I mean, I've noticed standard is about 30%. You'll see larger volume stores sell at 25%. You'll also see folks that get greedy and try to tack on, make it 40%. But yeah, they all have the ability to sell for the same price if they want to. But I mean, I've gone into stores like you, and I've seen a 6-pack for $8.99, and gone to another store and seen the same 6-pack for $10. There's no reason he has to sell it for 10.
No, it's greediness is what it is. We're trying to make, But I've also gone in to see, a lot of these package stores where, I mean, this package store gets a beer and this package store don't. Mm-hmm. And you've probably seen that too.
And that happens actually. I've been seeing that a lot lately, where you'll have certain distributors promise beer to certain other places for some reason, and you'll have some stores get their nose out of joint because they didn't get that allotment. And we'll start seeing that more as we get into the fall and winter, when those specialty beers that people like to stand in line for come out. And you'll have one store get a whole bunch of it, another store gets cheated when they think they're going to get some.
Yeah.
I heard that a lot last year about a certain product, and I don't want to mention its name, but I know you know what I'm talking about.
But I'm not going to try to change the subject on beers, but I'm going to here for a second, which was kind of crazy. I went to Menards, which is I'm sure you know what Menards is. It's about like Lowe's.
Yeah.
Halloween stuff out already.
Did they really? Oh man, I didn't know that. I guess, I mean, we are almost September, so I guess we shouldn't be surprised.
But
I've noticed we've got a couple Halloween stores that are getting ready to set up, but I don't think any of them have opened yet. But that is crazy.
Yeah, I went there and like, holy crap, Halloween stuff's already out.
Well, I mean, folks talk about beer seasonals. The Oktoberfest and pumpkin beers coming out in August, but I mean, beer has become like everything else. It comes out a little bit early. You're getting ready for the season. For me, I don't mind drinking an Oktoberfest late August, but I'm not going to have a pumpkin. I'm going to wait till well into September before I start thinking about pumpkin beers.
And my wife just loves the pumpkin beers and stuff. But we was at a package store the other day, and you really got to kind of watch and look at the beers you're buying and check. Be very careful. Check the dates on the beers, because I have seen a whole lot of last year's pumpkin beers out there right now, still on the shelves.
Really? Yeah, that's interesting. You know, the other side of that though is it's a pumpkin beer, right? I mean, it's not an IPA. So I mean, especially if it's a larger ABV pumpkin beer, like or like the Southern Tier Pumpkin or the Schlafly Pumpkin, which is 8%. I don't know if a beer like that's going to get worse. It may even improve after a year.
Yeah. But you know, I mean.
But if we're talking about some of the 4 or 5% beers, no, they're not going to be helped by age. But some of the bigger ones, I think, are fine.
But you know, I mean, and I agree with you on that, and your pumpkins and stuff like that. But you don't want to pay last year's prices for a year-old beer either.
No, that's true. I mean, but again, I mean, trying to be devil's advocate a little bit, you see that a lot with other beers. You know. Imperial stouts, especially anything barrel aged, they don't go down after a year, and folks a lot of times will even pay more for vertical sets. You know, I've seen it with barley wines where you'll see beers, you know, 2, 3, 4 years old. You're not only paying, in some of these cases, you're actually paying more to buy the older beer.
Yeah, you are. I mean, but you're talking about good beers that barley wines that. Over the years, but pumpkin beers, I mean, they're coming out 1st of August.
Yeah, I'm not. I did wait till about mid-August. I bought my first Oktoberfest, and I had a couple, but mostly because they were fresh. They just came out and they were on sale. So I went ahead and got a couple 6-packs of 2 different kinds. But now I'm going to wait till probably mid to late September before I think about buying pumpkin beers. I'm not as in love with the style as a lot of craft beer guys are. I think they're okay. I think they're a nice novelty. Every once in a while you get in the mood, but they're not something I personally want to drink a lot of.
Now Lori just loves the Warlocks. I mean, pounds them things. But to me, I mean, one of my favorite pumpkin beers, and it's probably one of the very few beers that I'll probably pay just a little bit more for, is I'm just in love with Dogfish Head's pumpkin beers.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Dogfish Head pumpkin beers.
Oh, Dogfish. Oh, yeah.
They're kind of pricey, but to me, if I want to drink a good, solid pumpkin beer, I love those beers.
Yeah, when I visited your neck of the woods back in September of 2013, I picked some up, and it was freaking fantastic. Yeah. I also picked up some of the Kentucky Pumpkin Barrel. And I've heard some talk bad about it, but what I had was tasty, so I like that one too.
Yeah, that to me that's probably one of their better beers, I think.
They're kind of a hit and miss, right?
Yeah, they are. All-Tex, like you're talking about.
And my issue with them, I guess, probably the same issue you have, is they're not consistent. I've had their products when it's been absolutely incredible, and I bought the same thing, and it wasn't as good. So they have some consistency issues.
Yes, they do. I mean, their consistency is not real great. Not real great. And what was that one? You done a review on it? Oh my God! It was the freaking whiskey one.
Was it the old-fashioned?
And that was freaking
old-fashioned barrel. Yeah.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, see, now the bottle, I bought a 4-pack, and what I bought was really good. I enjoyed it. But yeah, that's kind of the issue. I get in arguments with folks about all those Alltech beers because they are a hit and miss. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're horrible. I mean, I've had the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel. A friend sent me a bottle the very first time I had it back in 2012, and it was absolutely god-awful.
Yeah.
But when I visited your neck of the woods in 2013, it was great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing out there. but they clearly have some consistency issues.
Yeah, there's nothing, like you said, if you buy a 6-pack today, it's just phenomenal, but go back 2 months later, a whole different version of what you're getting.
Well, yeah, and I've never purchased anything from them that tasted the same way twice.
Yeah, I never have either.
So it's not just me. Huh?
And I was dying to try that old fashioned, and I got it. And I thought, oh my God, there was a bunch of us try it, and then nobody was, that's terrible.
Yeah, and I've heard that too from other folks. But I mean, the 4-pack I had was good. It was interesting. So, but yeah, you just never know with those guys, though.
But they make a lot of different stuff. But to me, I mean, the only thing I've really had from them that stays consistent over the years is their pumpkins.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit more about what you're drinking. You want to add any other tasting notes?
Well, I enjoyed it because it's gone. But
there you go. Well, that's what I was going to say. I finished mine. Mine was good. So, do you want to end this session, or you want to have another beer?
I will probably end it because I got a couple things to do, buddy. So.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining me.
But you get online and see if there are these beers in your area, because Taxman is a good up and coming brewery.
Yeah, your buddy Todd sent me one a couple months ago, and I thought it was awesome. So there you go. And I am having a standard for myself, Springfield Brewing Company, one of my locals. It's an awesome beer. It's a great IPA, one of the best out there in my opinion. Hey, I'm Tom the Beer Whisperer. I want to thank Big John from ZoneOne for joining me, and we're going to end this session.